10 evil teachers. Number 10. Jews are evil.
A high school teacher was placed on leave after asking her students to pretend to be Nazis and write an essay on how Jews are evil. The New York teacher set the assignment to teach her class the art of persuasive writing by asking pupils to research Nazi propaganda and explain how Jews were the source of all of Germany's problems. Some of the students refused to write the essay, accusing the teacher of encouraging anti-Semitism.
Number 9. Farting fresh.
Teacher Elizabeth Davis was banned from teaching for 2 years after she repeatedly sprayed her Asian students with air freshener, telling them they stank of curry. Davis, who taught at a Welsh elementary school in which half of the students were from a Bangladeshi background, was also accused of calling the children black bastards. Children in Davis's class as young as 3 would also be sprayed with air freshener for farting and were forced to wash their hands with pine disinfectant.
Number 8. Semen cookies.
A twisted elementary school teacher was jailed after it was revealed that he repeatedly blindfolded his students and made them eat cookies laced with his semen. Mark Burnt, who had taught at the school for more than 30 years, played sick tasting games with his young pupils, taking photos of them as he fed them spoons filled with a milky white liquid. One student alleged that Burnt fed her semen-laced cookies on a daily basis, masking the white frosting with sprinkles.
Number 7. Party poppers.
A teacher who worked in a school for disabled children got banned from teaching after being found guilty of bullying the vulnerable students. In one incident, teacher Tanya Olson let off a party popper in the face of an autistic child who had a known fear of loud noises. The frightened schoolboy attempted to escape his teacher, but a laughing Olson ran after him to explode a second popper. Olson pleaded guilty to causing the boy emotional distress.
Number 6. Miss Mob.
Teacher Drew DeHart was arrested for ordering 6 students to beat up their classmate. The attack took place after an argument between DeHart and her student Rodravius Williams. In an incident that was caught on CCTV, DeHart is seen instructing 6 teenagers to teach him a lesson. During the attack, Williams was kicked and punched before being picked up by the neck and forced to apologize to his teacher. DeHart accepted the apology, stating, "I've got my 8th grade boys on you, you're not so tough now."
Number 5. Obsessed.
Elementary school teacher Diane Brimble was banned from teaching after she became obsessed with her 10-year-old pupil. Brimble wrote the student love poems, tattooed his name on her chest, and wore a photo of him in her locket. On one occasion, Brimble lured the boy to her home in an attempt to seduce him, offering him vodka and showing him sex toys. The ordeal left the student so traumatized that he took to self-harming and had to be medicated.
Number 4. Baby Fight Club.
Daycare teacher Kiera Spriggs was convicted of child cruelty after a co-worker alerted Child Protection Services to the fact that she was running a baby fight club. Teachers at the daycare center were accused of systematically mistreating toddlers, including encouraging twin sisters to fight for their entertainment. In the trial against Spriggs, she was accused of purposely making the children cry by stepping on their toes and tripping them up if they ran. At the trial, parents expressed their frustration at never being able to know the extent of the abuse, as the children were too young to talk.
Number 3. Spanking.
Retired Catholic school principal David Standen pleaded guilty to 18 child sex charges after being arrested for abusing male students while teaching in a private school in Australia. As a teacher in the boarding school, Standen would summon 12-year-old boys to his bedroom under the guise of providing extra tuition. Standen would bend the boys over his knee while asking them maths problems, smacking and rubbing their bare bottoms if they got the answer wrong.
Number 2. Teaching tragedy.
Boarding school teacher Nazia Hussain was arrested for killing her 12-year-old student when his lifeless body was discovered outside her accommodation. Police alleged that the boy, Vinay Mato, was lured to Hussain's house. Hussain was angry that he had a crush on her daughter, who was also taught in the same class. While he was in his teacher's accommodation, Mato was brutally assaulted before being tossed off a balcony. His body was found soon afterwards by another teacher, but he quickly succumbed to his injuries in a local hospital.
Number 1. Spiked Oreos.
Teacher William Verhey committed suicide when it was discovered that he'd been drugging students with sleeping pills in order to sexually abuse them. Verhey, who taught in private international schools across the world, had been abusing male high school students throughout his 40-year career. Taking students on exotic school trips, Verhey would feed his pupils Oreo cookies and soft drinks laced with sedatives, before taking photos of himself sexually abusing them while they were unconscious. Verhey's prolific crimes only came to light when his maid handed in his USB drive to police, revealing abuse photos of hundreds of his pupils.
If you enjoyed this video, then why don't you check out another amazing video from us at Alltime10s.
That's right, they should head over to the 10 most amazing child prodigies.
Yes, it's a pretty cool video. It's playing on screen now. There's a link in the description. John's not on the list because he's a moron. But it's playing on screen now, so go and check it out.
See you in a bit.
Peace.